Today's Tech Spot, we are having a look at the Creative Sound Blaster Roar. This beast of a sound system is Red Dot Award winner for 2014 and comes to us again from the folks over at Creative. One thing that you probably can't gauge by looking at this video is how heavy this unit is. I mean, even box-wise, this is an incredibly heavy piece. Down below, way down below, there's a QR code. If you want to find out more about Sound Blaster Roar, you can scan that QR code and check them out. On the side of the package is the side actually of the speaker, as the front of the box is the front of the speaker. Same thing could be said for the other side. And on the back, the Sound Blaster Roar SR20A is NFC enabled, hassle-free Bluetooth pairing, Creative Bluetooth multi-point, connect 2 Bluetooth devices simultaneously, only available in Link Security Mode 2. Terra Bass, intelligently boost bass when audio levels are low. Instant Roar audio power instantly boosts speaker audio loudness and spaciousness. Integrated MP3, WMA, WAV player. Enjoy a fantastic listening experience from a micro SD card without committing to your phone. Micro SD card reader, browse or modify contents of any micro SD card when connected via USB to PC or Mac. Bedtime mode gradually reduces playback volume before automatically shutting down. Dual-purpose battery, built-in 60 MHz lithium-ion battery, charges your smartphones and tablets and gives you up to 8 hours of audio playback. Doesn't end there, it also has audio codecs, HD audio codec, supports aptX and AAC for audio as good as wired connection. Link Security Bluetooth connectivity mode switches between LS2 and LS1 for creative Bluetooth multi-point mode and friendly access mode. Speakerphone teleconferencing takes smartphone calls for a hands-free experience. Integrated voice recorder records audio and calls directly to a micro SD card. One-touch siren, grab attention when you need it. And finally, it also includes a Sound Blaster USB audio. Coupled with Sound Blaster control panel for PC Mac, the Sound Blaster Roar functions as an external sound blaster with SBX Pro Studio technologies for real-time audio playback enhancement. That is a lot, and again, I can't wait to get this opened up. I mean, again, just the weight of the box, this is going to be one phenomenal speaker system. You can head over to www.creative.com/speakers if you want to check out the speakers that the folks over at Creative are currently producing. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. I am super excited to have a look at the Creative Sound Blaster Roar. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. And actually, before we get into the speaker itself, let's look at the contents that come included when you open up the box. For starters, you get yourself a micro USB cable, a common sight to see with speaker systems. You'll be using this for connecting, syncing, and if you want to be charging any devices that require a micro USB cable. You get yourself an AC adapter, which have the foldable prongs. I like that for traveling purposes. Connection point on the end. And for your manuals, you get yourself a handy guide for the Sound Blaster Roar. You get yourself a quick start guide. You get yourself a limited warranty, regulatory information for the Sound Blaster Roar, and some important safety instructions. Definitely reference these before you start tackling the Sound Blaster Roar, as there's going to be a lot going on the speakers themselves. And a lot going on is certainly an understatement when describing the Sound Blaster Roar. Let's have a look at some of the functions that you'll find on the speaker itself. And again, this speaker is considerable, it has some considerable weight to it. I would say it's about the weight of a brick. No fooling, it's definitely got a lot of mass weight to it. But having a look at the buttons featured, at least on the top section of the speaker, ideally if you're looking at the speaker like this would be the top section right here. At the top, you've got your NFC indicator, your battery indicator, which is shown by 3 lights, your record indicator, your phone and Bluetooth indicator for connection to a Bluetooth device. Of course, no speaker system would be complete without a speaker volume button, volume down, volume up. You've got your roar button. Now, what exactly is a roar button, Spot? Well, this would be increasing your overall loudness and spaciousness for maximum audio output. I'll show you guys that button. I know you guys are anxious. I'll show you that button later. And then lastly, of course, your power on and standby button. This will activate and turn on your speaker when you're ready for some incredible sound. When you flip it around, then you've got the rear section of the speaker system that has all the controls and functions that you can be using while using the speaker itself. And to go through those, you've got yourself the DC input for your AC adapter. You have your auxiliary in, you have your DC out, which uses a USB 1.0A connection. You've got your micro USB connector slot for, of course, the use of the cable that we had a look at before. Then you've got your micro SD card slot. Now, this is something that I've not seen a lot of speaker units actually have, the inclusion of a micro SD slot. Really like the idea that that is being included as well with the Roar. When we kind of flip it up slightly, the additional controls right here is where you start getting into things such as your record. There is a mute button that you can switch on or off. Your mute button, your play, your pause. Then you've got your shuffle up at the top here. And you've got yourself the previous and forward and previous button, your play and your pause. You got your alarm. And then way over here, if you're wondering what this is your link security mode. Switches in between, again, the LS2 default creative Bluetooth multipoint mode, or you can switch it also to LS1. Just switch that over. And LS1 is for your friendly access connect mode. Last but certainly not least, right at the very top, you have your alarm on and off switch. I would say make sure, if anything, you've always got it on and off setting so that you're not going to be alerted by the alarm that's on the speaker. Prior to using it, make sure that you take your AC adapter plug this in, and take your plug it into your wall, and ensure that you're charging the Roar for at least 3 hours. I would say get a full charge in the system before you start using the device. To know where you currently stand with your battery life, have a look at the 3 buttons up at the top. Now, Spot's been using it for a while, but it's now down to 2 dashes, which will give you about 70% of battery life. A full charge will obviously have 3 lights. When you start getting down to a singular light, or where the battery or the light will flash, that tells you that you need to start recharging that battery. But if you're unable to find yourself an AC adapter plug, let's say if you're traveling or whatnot, you can also take the supplied USB plug into the device, and then charge your speaker using any USB enabled device. The thing is, though, when charging it with USB versus your AC adapter, times will vary for charging the battery. You can take up to 3 hours charging with the AC adapter, but it could be and will likely be considerably longer if you charge it with USB. As Spot had mentioned, when you're ready to pair the device does have an NFC pairing. Now, to take that, you would have an NFC pairing device. I've got my phone here, but if it did have NFC pairing, you would just be able to tap that to the NFC logo here and pair the device straight. Or for those that want to manually connect their device, go to your power button and turn it on. Then go to your button right here, your Bluetooth connection. Hold that.
Pairing mode. Waiting for device to connect.
And then go into your phone settings under Bluetooth, and you'll see it says SB Roar SR20A. And then you're going to want to go into that and connect the device, connect your phone to the speaker system. Know how successful you are by pairing the device. If the green light here stays lit, the power button is on, but it's not connecting. If it's flashing, it's connecting to the device that it's looking to be paired with. And when you have a solid white light, you know it's been connected to the device. With this being a speaker system, Spot's got to show you how it sounds, right? So let's go into my library of music. And I know I kind of have to update my library at some point. But let's find a song. Oh, that's a good song we can play. And you guys can hear how incredible the volume is. Now, the volume is controlled by your phone. You can have it really low, or
Raise a little hell, raise a little hell, raise a little hell.
you can have it certainly a lot louder as well. And you probably know right away from the sound of it, you're getting an intense impact of volume coming from the Sound Blaster Roar. I can probably see where they got the name from because, again, that volume is incredible, and it's a consistent volume as well. It's not volume that's just being projected out this way. I kind of feel like the volume is being projected from around the speaker system as well, being the inclusion of the speakers on either side of the device as well as the front. We were discussing before was the buttons up the top there for your link security, or in this case indicated by LS. Those different modes, you have either off, switching it over to off, and off is a... Thank you very much, speaker. Your LS off mode is a free-for-all access mode. It leaves the Sound Blaster Roar in a discoverable mode, even with a device connected via Bluetooth. It's great for sharing music with a group of friends anywhere. So even in like places like meeting rooms, for discussions and presentations, you can use it without actually having to touch this speaker. This is great for anyone that can take over the control of Sound Blaster Roar instantly. So, you know, you don't have to actually go in there and pair it right away. You have the freedom to do it with the switch off. Equally so, when you switch it to the LS1, switch it over.
LS Mode 1.
Thank you very much. LS Mode 1 is a friendly access mode. This allows the Bluetooth devices that have been paired to the speaker before to take over control of the Sound Blaster Roar by simply initiating connect with their Bluetooth device. This is a great mode for single or multiple users with 2 or more Bluetooth devices who may want to wirelessly connect to the Sound Blaster Roar and share music right away. And then lastly, if you switch it over to LS Mode 2, the default mode.
LS Mode 2.
I don't know why I'm doing it like this. LS Mode 2, the default mode, is the Creative Bluetooth Multipoint mode. Allows you to connect up to 2 Bluetooth devices at the same time while playing music on one device at only one time. So if you have multiple devices, if you had the 2 devices set up, it will only play music on one device at any one time. It requires music to stop playing for another device to pair and connect. This would be good kind of if you have, you know, the speaker system in the room and you don't want to have, you know, you have 2 devices that have been paired to the device, but at any given point, you don't have to worry that, you know, one person wants to use it versus the other. It will stop playing the previous person's device, and then it will resume the next person's device. So I kind of like that, especially if you're going to have multiple people with using the device in one room. Let's say you want to use this as a PC speaker, plugging this directly into your computer and using this as your sound system. You can do that. Take your supplied USB, micro USB cable, plug it into the front section port area here that says USB, and then plug the other end into a USB port on your PC, your laptop, and run it that way. Now granted, the cable isn't super long, so I would say, you know, you would need to have the Roar close enough to a speaker, close enough to your computer that you can plug it in via the USB. You can also, I'm sure, plug this into a USB hub and connect it to your PC that way. Though, when you are plugging into your PC, the immediate idea would be, you would think that you should be able to plug it in and it would connect it right away. The one thing you will want to make sure that you do is go to your play pause button right here. Now with the play and pause button, excuse me, you'll want to hold this until you hear a tone. Once the tone is emitted, you'll know that you have been connected successfully to your PC or laptop, and you can use the speaker right away as your speaker system. One other thing that we mentioned during the beginning of this review is there is the micro SD card slot. This gives you an opportunity, if you have tracks on a micro SD card, you can play everything from the speaker system. It doesn't have to be plugged into a PC. You don't have to have this plugged into a laptop. You can do all your music listening directly from the Sound Blaster Roar. Simply take your micro SD card, pop it in, and then the the buttons on the top here, which are probably easier if you flip the speaker system up here, the buttons are all right here. So you have your play and your pause. Your repeat folder is if you take the play pause button and you hold it, it will play the previous folder that it was just playing. You still have your next and your previous that you would find on speaker systems, but you can also hold it and it will skip back to the previous folder that it was playing. And then you can slide the switch over to shuffle, which is actually right now it's set on repeat, but switch it over to shuffle, and then it will play the tracks in a random order. So you can switch it back to repeat all, and it will repeat all the tracks in continuous order. So it will go through all the tracks, then it'll go back and then play them all again. Lastly, looking at a function that you don't tend to find on a lot of speaker systems is the inclusion of a record button where you can actually record audio. You can record audio from the speaker itself or using the built-in microphone. To record with from the microphone, you're going to slide the slider switch to the mic on position, which is actually right now currently is on the mic on position. And then you press and record. You press the record button and press it again to start and stop. So you can record the audio that way. Also, you can play back your recorded audio tracks simply by pressing the play and pause record button and then using the next and previous buttons to navigate between recorded tracks. The idea of taking audio and being able to record it to an SD card is pretty ingenious, and it's not something that you see on a lot of speaker systems. Last but certainly not least, your Sound Blaster Roar also allows you to answer incoming calls. To answer your calls while connected to, of course, your phone device. When your phone is coming in, your phone call is coming in. We'll tip the unit up right here so you guys can see it better. When you have an incoming call, press the multifunction button once to answer your call. If you want to reject the call, you press and hold the multifunction button for more than 2 seconds. But if you happen to have an SD card slot, SD card plugged into the SD card slot, you can also record the conversations as well. And to record those, all you have to do is press and hold, actually not press and hold, but just press the record button once when the call has come in, and that will record the phone call to your micro SD card slot. Taking again the idea of just strictly a speaker system to that very next level and allowing you to do other things that I really have not seen with other speaker systems. I would say that the Sound Blaster Roar's list of functions definitely surpass what you would come to expect with other speaker systems out there. Sure, yes, it's nice to have a speaker system, but the inclusion of all the other things that the Roar can do, plugging into your PC, of course answering and receiving phone calls, and the option to be able to record and listen from your micro SD card, definitely makes this above and beyond a standard speaker system. If you kind of want a speaker system that does everything, you might want to consider picking this one up. Today's tech spot, we were having a look at the creative Sound Blaster Roar speaker system. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more tech spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. One other thing Spot should have added as well is when I picked up the Sound Blaster Roar, I also picked myself up the Sound Blaster Roar carrying bag. So instead of just having to carry this around in your knapsack, you have the functionality of carrying it around in this really nice carrying case. All the functions are still accessible, so you don't have to worry about taking it out of the case. And on the back, detachable length, adjustable shoulder strap and carry handle, carries around easily with a snap-on sling. Convenient built-in pouch. Show you what it looks like inside the case. You can see all the ports are still accessible. I can still press all the buttons, and I've got a carry strap to carry it around with me. And then on the back, an extra pouch for anything I might want to take with me. So just wanted to tack this on there, show you guys that you don't have to worry about just carrying this around in your knapsack. You get yourself a nice little carrying bag that you can pick up for it as well. Featuring also Sound Blaster Roar on the front. Spot's got lots more videos heading your way, guys. Thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you guys next time.